Alright, welcome back to the E30 project. So this week we've been getting on with taking the rest of the wiring loom out, stripping bits of suspension off, bits and bobs like that, arguing with some bits as well because it's been together a long time and certain stuff did not want to come apart. But so yeah, let's get on with it and you'll see. And also we have a new camera which I'm trying to get to grips with. And so you'll get a bit of footage from the new camera, a bit of footage from my phone. And it's going to be a learning curve with the camera because I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, let's get on with this E30 project. To start removing, I've done quite a bit of stuff in there, so I'm going to have to flip back and forward between the loom in there and the bits and bobs out here, just because I don't know what I'm doing, basically. So I've taken bits off which I can move. So I'm literally just going to take bits off, move bits out of the way, and then just keep working my way around until basically I've got all the wiring out. Then all I've got left to do is drop the suspension and stuff like that, and then I can get it up on like a rollover jig or a rotisserie, something like that. Hey. Why such? I've no idea. Came out piece of piss, just oh god, sort of coughing. Right, so I got myself a bag. Also I want to put all the loom into the bag, get it out of the way, and then we should get on with removing bits of suspension, the cross member, rear suspension, and then get it onto my lash up of a rollover jig, see if that's any good. Oh, what an idiot. Will it all come out? So I've got 13, I think there might be 13. Hopefully some of these will come out without too much hassle. Right, I thought I was recording the last bit. I have just been struggling with this to try and get it down. And this side here was the worst, didn't want to move. It was so corroded with like aluminium rust and all that kind of crap and stuff like that. It was raining white powder. And then when it was coming down the other side, which I thought was going to move easier, did. And then it just dropped on the floor. But it's down. I'm calling that it for tonight. I'm going to go in, have a tidy. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to come out, put it on the rollover jig or rotisserie, whatever you want to call it, which I've made, and then we'll have a good tidy up, bag up a load more stuff, and then get to sorting all this rust out, because we're getting to that stage now where I can start cutting out, cleaning up. But yeah, oh god, what a night. Ooh. Right, let's give these little bits a bit of a clean. Get those set in the right places. Or am I just going to guess? I've got something I've used for a long time. Let's see how we get on with that. The reason I chose to use this is because it does handle, if things are dirty or rusty, it does seem to burn through it alright, where if I'd used the MIG it'd want to be a bit cleaner. So, to me, it's a bit better. Do we just put a couple of marks on there?
Still heavy. Lovely.
we'll go and find some nuts and bolts for those bits, and then we can take these bumper bits out. That gives me some idea of what to make to go in there. The rear end's slightly different because it's on a flatter panel, but they look pretty good. Oh, my knees. Right, let the smoke clear out of here for a little bit, and I'm going to drill these off. So they're done for the time being. So they're not that critical or anything. It's not doing anything. It's just like going to be a brush screw with a bar. Come on. Right, that's those. I still need to work out if I've got enough. I suppose if I wanted to, I could stand this up somehow and clamp this bit what rotates on there to see what spin we've got. I'm concerned I've got enough height now in my carriage. I'm just going to have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So that'll be what we're going to make here. So I might need some little bits of box and some small plates, and then the back will be box and maybe some smaller plates again. So I'll take these off of my car, which is right here. I'm going to take these like bumper bracket bits off in a minute, and then see what we can knock up to go in there. And then the back is ever so slightly different. Right, I've taken the wheels off my jig. I haven't tried turning it because it was, even though it was those wheels, I mean, I've sort of taken off of it and it has dropped it down a lot. So I think there might be enough room to try it. And then hopefully this will make it a bit easier to do some of the work rather than laying on the floor and it just being a nightmare and then crap falling in your face when you're trying to weld and grind. So I'm going to see if I can turn it and see how far we can get. I am a bit worried because it is just me, but let's try it. fuel is probably coming out of there. And I don't think I'm strong enough to actually twist it back flat. It did work. I need to find, I've got another drop, like a springy pin thing, and I was tidying up, but then obviously I wanted to try it, so we've tried it. So let's carry on tidying up the garage and see if we can find that other pin, and then I can put the other pin on this end. But it did work, quite pleased with that. Yeah, so just a quick look at more rust, should we say? So this has got to be addressed. I've got a piece for here. It's not the right year because I couldn't seem to get these ones, so I've got earlier ones which I think, pretty sure I can make fit and it'll look exactly the same, but you can't really see this bit anyway. We have got the arches, so we've got this bit of the arch, and I've got the inner piece, just a small inner piece. I've got seals, so this is the seal which is rotten. I was going to cut bits out, but this side is that bad. I think we're just going to whip the whole lot off and see what else we've got damage wise. And also this bit, so this is the driver's footwell. Driver's footwell. And this bit here, which is all, but yeah, and some other little dodgy bits up here. But this can all be addressed. But so yeah, the next video we'll be getting on with cutting some of this rust out and getting on with trying to make her new again, I suppose. Right, so that's about it for this week. I am messing around with the new camera as well, trying to get used to that, so please bear with me. I am not Mr. Technology, but we're getting there. The car's on its jig now, on its rollover jig, rotisserie, what you know, so we will be then now starting to cut into the car and remove some of the rust, and I may have someone coming round to do some of the laser rust removal. I'm not sure when that happened. Hopefully in the next week or so someone might come round, because there's some areas which I would like to be like burnt clean with the laser in the sunroof area, which will then see how bad that is. And obviously I've bought what I can buy so far, which is seals and the arches and stuff like that. But that's it. So yeah, bear me with me. The camera is new. I don't know what I'm doing. I was easier with my phone, but as you lot have said, the quality is not that good. So we are trying. This is the new camera which I'm using right now. So I'm going to try and use this camera as much as I can, but I am still trying to get used to it because the batteries don't last very long. And I know you can buy a battery to like plug into the mains and run it off that. So we'll see how we go. And if not, I'll have to put my hand in my pocket again and buy something else. But so yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Any suggestions with what I'm doing with this as well? Everything's welcome. So see you next time.